Hey, Radiant Mamas. Welcome to something new here on Radiant Mom Rising. Mini episodes every other week that give you a quick inspiration, mindset shifts, and practical tips to help you thrive in both motherhood and business. These are designed to be short, powerful, and something you can fit into your busy day. Let's dive in. Hey, moms. Welcome back. Today, I don't want to necessarily just motivate you. I want to stabilize you because there's a specific kind of exhaustion no one talks about. It's not just being tired, it's being the one who always figures it out. The one who has to check the bank accounts, the one who makes sure the power bill gets paid, the one who keeps the peace, the one who carries the emotional weight of the house. And from the outside, you look responsible, capable, strong. But inside, your nervous system is braced and you haven't felt fully like yourself in a long time. If that's you, I want you to take a breath right now because you're not broken. You're likely just stuck in survival mode. And survival mode can look incredibly responsible, but it is not the same as sovereignty. So today I want to walk you through the 5 shifts I teach inside my coaching, and I'm going to give you real exercises you can implement immediately. Not hype, not hustle, not just think positive, real identity work. So the first one is stabilization. It comes before strategy because before anything changes externally, your nervous system has to feel safe. If your body feels like it's bracing for impacts, you cannot build from that place. So here's something simple you can do today. Tonight before bed, ask yourself, where in my body do I feel tension right now? Is it in your chest, your jaw, your stomach? And I want you to place your hand wherever that is. Take 5 slow breaths and say, I am safe in this moment. I know it sounds simple, but it is very powerful. You cannot out-strategy an unregulated nervous system. Stabilization is the first step. So the next one is ownership, radical self-leadership. Ownership is not blame, it's power. It's recognizing that I can't control my husband. I can't control the economy. I can't control my in-laws, but I can control how long I abandon myself inside it. So here's a little prompt for you that I'd love for you to take time to answer a journal about. Where have I been waiting for someone else to change before I allow myself to feel stable? Write it down. Be honest. No shame. Ownership is the beginning of freedom. And I know this can be a tough one for a lot of people. And maybe you're even surrounded by somebody who constantly blames everyone or everything else for why they do what they do or don't do. So this is a really powerful thing that I love working with my clients because when we take back that control of ownership and responsibility and accountability, we get back the power of getting to choose differently, show up differently, be differently. So the next one I want to share is vision, and it's the identity before the outcome. So most moms focus on how do I survive this month? How do I get clients this month? How do I do this? And I want you to ask, who am I becoming this year? Not what do you want to have, who do you want to be? The calm one, the decisive one, the financially confident one, the emotionally grounded one. Now ask, what would she do this week? How would she handle this specific challenge? Not in 5 years, this week. That's how identity shifts happen. It's in the small moments of us embodying that version of ourselves that we know we're working towards, we know we're meant to be, and then thinking as if we're her now. How would she show up? How would she decide? This is very powerful in understanding that no matter what your current reality looks like right now, having that vision of where you're going and who you're becoming, but then allowing yourselves to still show up in that energy and belief that it is so and it's already done now is extremely powerful and starting to change your reality around you to match that frequency. Now, of course, once you start working on stabilizing and owning up to things and working on that vision, then comes execution, aligned action, not proving. Survival execution looks like overworking, overgiving, over-explaining, over-committing. Aligned execution looks like doing less, but with conviction. So here's your challenge. I want you to pick one thing this week that aligns with your future self. Not 10, just one. Maybe it's raising your price, setting a boundary, applying for something, recording that podcast, having that conversation. Focused action builds confidence. Scattered action builds anxiety. And I get how scary something as simple as raising your prices or having that conversation or doing that recording or putting that offer out there can be. Trust me, I get it. But without doing that, we get nowhere. We can sit here and have the visions and have the dreams and all the things that we want. And I want to tell you an affirmation that I've recently been speaking myself that I love that really helps in those moments where I kind of second guess myself. I feel that self-doubt creep in. I am allowed to move before I have guarantees. I am allowed to move before I have guarantees. So write that down, take that with you, because that is something I want you to understand, that without taking the action first, we'll never even get to the part where we can see what the results could be. And with everything, there's always learning, growing, and molding that's there to prepare you for what you really want and what you deserve and what you're meant for. So I just wanted to share that little tidbit as well, because it really helps to have things like that sitting around as reminders in those moments where you fall into a dip or you start feeling the anxiety coming up or you start second guessing yourself with the decision you're trying to make. Because in the end, as a CEO mindset, when you have your own business, even as a mom, just whatever you're wanting to create or accomplish, when you have that goal, it's being decisive that helps you and making sure that you follow through and do it anyways, even when it's scary. That's going to get you what you want. And that's what I love helping moms with, because trust me, I've been there and I totally understand how hard that can be. So the final thing that I love working with my clients with is regulating wealth. It's the capacity to hold more. Let me ask you something. If your income doubled tomorrow, would your body feel calm or tense? Many women don't struggle with making money. They struggle with holding it, because deep down, expansion feels unsafe. So there's a couple more journal prompts I want to share in this episode with you to journal about. What did I learn about money growing up? And what part of me still believes that? And then I want you to ask, what would a woman who feels safe with money believe instead? That's where real growth begins. I know that money is a huge issue when it comes to women and wealth and gaining that success. Sometimes we don't even realize how much we sabotage it because of certain beliefs that we've carried. Some of it that's not even ours to carry, but it's been instilled in us and what we saw growing up. We don't even realize it's not even about the words as much as it is about what our body felt in those moments where we witnessed how things happen when money showed up. There's so much out there that we don't even acknowledge or recognize just yet, especially if you haven't done the work with a coach, that you don't even realize is hindering you from receiving that wealth and that success that you so crave. And that was, for me personally, was huge in doing this work and realizing what I did and opening myself up to not just become aware of it, but to do something about it. Because I didn't want to keep staying on that hamster wheel of allowing myself to get triggered and not do anything about it, but fall into those same old patterns or reactions because of that trigger And so this is an amazing part to work on because so many of us want to make all this wealth, and yet we don't even know how to be a responsible stewardess of that money. Or if we were to get it, we would probably squander it. We'd be afraid of it. We'd freak out and want to hoard it. I mean, there's so many different things that we don't think about, that we don't recognize how we would actually respond, possibly, if we actually got what we want right now when we're not really ready or capable of carrying it. So I love doing this work to unleash that versions of ourselves in which we recognize, we do the work to reframe, to take away those old beliefs and allow ourselves to believe in the abundance and the wealth that we deserve, in a way that we get to show up with that energy and that frequency. So as it unfolds in our life, we get to show up and we get to receive it. Receiving is a huge thing that so many of us refuse as women when it comes to even receiving a compliment or receiving anything from people that makes us feel uncomfortable. Well, you need to look at that. Why? Why is that? And that is a turning point for you to start shifting those beliefs and that idea so that you have the capacity to hold more. Now, listen carefully. You don't need to fix everything today. You need to stabilize, own, vision, execute, and build capacity. And this isn't about becoming someone else. It's about returning to the version of you that isn't bracing. If this episode felt like I was speaking directly to you, that's not an accident, because there are so many moms silently carrying the weight and calling it strength. You deserve support. If you want help implementing these pillars in your real life with real accountability, I do offer something called the Limitless Mom Strategy Call. It's not a sales pitch, it's a clarity space. We look at where you're braced, where you've been abandoning yourself, and what your next aligned move is. And whether we work together or not, you leave with clarity. You are not crazy. You are not weak. You are not behind. You are likely just outgrowing survival. And you're going to hear me talk a lot about that because it is truly the work that I love to help moms with move through, because it was the work that changed everything for me, and that I still get to embrace each and every day and grow stronger and better at it. The more and more I practice, the more and more I choose it and I do the work. And it just means that something stronger is emerging. So until next time, Mom, stabilize first, then lead. You've got this, and I'm here for you if you are ready to follow through, ready to change things around, ready to allow yourself to receive all that is meant for you. I appreciate each and every one of you tuning in. Much love. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope this episode gave you that little spark of inspiration you needed. If you loved what you heard, be sure to subscribe to the Radiant Mom Rising podcast so you never miss an episode. And if this show has made a difference for you, it would mean the world if you take a moment to leave a review. Your words not only encourage me, but they help more amazing moms like you find this message too. If you're ready to take the next step and start creating the life and business you've been dreaming of, visit marydibblecoaching.com. You can take the free quiz to discover your next step or schedule your free discovery call. Let's start turning your dreams into reality together, because you deserve to thrive, not just survive. Much love.